Welcome back to the Charismatic Voice. I could get used to this look. It really makes the eyes pop. Today is World Goth Day, and in honor of that, a new AI video has been released for Type O Negative's song, Halloween in Heaven. I think this is an excellent way to celebrate, so let's get to it. Whoa.
Then they got them bombing me to go Dale, Dale. The dance upon decaying feet with their black toes. Whoa! Heaven! Living with hell! Purgatory! Oh well, oh well! Halloween in heaven!
Whoa. I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard something so upbeat from Type O Negative. That's the energy of it is really surprising me. I'm used to something that feels like a little more steamy. But I think this totally works for celebrating World Goth Day. It makes so much sense. It feels like it's a party song. And that makes sense because I guess we're celebrating Halloween in Heaven. We're going to go back to the beginning. This is AI-generated imagery, and it is so fascinating and disturbing to see how things morph. It makes me want to watch all of the tiny details over and over. It's so interesting. So, one of the things that I have seen some hilarious images of are AI trying to generate teeth. So I'm watching the teeth of these skulls and wondering how many are there. Wow, look at all those teeth. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go back again. That's amazing. The teeth it's like they're just a lot of variations of teeth. Whoa. Whoa.
Then they got them bombing me to go Dale, Dale. The dance upon decaying feet with their black toes. Whoa! Heaven! Living with hell! Purgatory! Oh well, oh well! Halloween in heaven! It's Christmas in hell, hell, hell! Halloween in heaven! Oh well, oh well!
Whoa. Wow. The imagery is so fascinating. I love seeing what people have done with especially music videos and AI, and just it brings new ideas, I think. I don't think it's going to replace humans, but it does create some new idea sets that humans can then use in fun and creative ways. I love the Christmas trees that are there, though I think the Christmas trees are associated with hell. But I very much support having an annual tree because I don't like taking the Christmas tree down. It makes me happy. I think you should leave it up all year round if you feel like it. You should wear goth makeup if you feel like it for a music video. It makes sense. I really want to talk about Peter's voice, though. So we're going to go back and focus in on that. And I'm going to try to focus just on that instead of this incredible imagery. Okay, that's actually exactly one of the points I want to talk about. I love listening to the way he almost breaks off of the end of that note. It's like his voice is ready to flip over into another register. So you hear like a tiny bit of crack at the end. Additionally, one of the things that I think is most attractive about Peter Steele's voice is this round, full, deep sound. He has a very, it's like an almost intimidating sound. the way that it pulls from some of those lower notes and especially increases some of the deeper resonance is very impressive to me. And I like that he leans into that. And I don't think he's trying to be something else. He really embraces the darkness in his own tone. And you can hear that there's this dome inside, which is helping to highlight a lot of that already naturally rich timbre.
Then they got that bombing beat of a day-o.
So round. And then it's really interesting how this becomes more aggressive. And I think this is a chorus. It sounds like he really brings that sound forward out of that dome and gets more teethy with it. Though, how many teeth he has probably would affect that resonance. So all the teeth that we keep seeing on the screen changing around, that's a lot of resonance changing that's happening there. There are people that will do a surgery to, there's different kinds of surgeries you can get in the back of your mouth. But in particular, if you get your tonsils taken out, that expands a lot of space in the back of the mouth. That can be good, can be bad. It will change your tone, though, for sure. It can be good, especially if a person gets sick all the time. But just imagine if we could change our teeth like this. It's insane. That's so here now. Oh yeah, this is such a great example of a forward placement and a backward placement back to back. Halloween in Heaven feels like it's very much an up placement. And then the part in between feels like it's way more here. Back one more time. Yule tree. Whoa! Whoa, that was a cool sound. Wow, it's like he almost has some fry ice cream on top of that tie note. Wow. Ooh. I know that in this video there are a lot of images essentially calling up dead or passed away singers, musicians. It's such a cool way to honor them by using AI and mixing that in with the imagery to recall their essence. I like that idea a lot. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Such a cool transition. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Okay, so we're having essentially calling back to some awesome musicians and then what their decaying skeletons would look like. Amazing. This is very Halloween. Oh! Sorry. This is, again, AI imaging that I find incredible and very entertaining. Sorry, look at his hand. Look at the hand playing the guitar. Fingers! Lots of fingers! okay, there's so much that's happening. I need to go back and talk about it. But I the way that the song is shifting is really, really cool. There are entirely different grooves that it's taken up at various times. And it definitely feels like this is a more of a through composed kind of song than at first I thought we were gonna have a lot more verse, chorus, verse, chorus, verse, chorus. And I feel that this has got a very different kind of trajectory than I originally expected. Let's go back. He's naming off the people as they go by too, which is super awesome, especially for me as I'm still a newbie to both rock and metal. Let's keep going. Love that bassiness in his voice that he brings in there. It's so nice. I really like the way that bassiness also feels like it's become a part of the rhythm section here. It almost feels jazzy and you get those snaps to go along with it. That's just one example of how this song is just so rapidly morphing into the next section. Let's go back a little bit. All right, there's a jazziness to it. Wow. I really like this female vocal to contrast Peter's because it's so airy and ethereal and it almost feels like it's weightless, whereas his feels so grounded and weighted. It is a massive, massive contrast. Looking up her name, Tara Von Flower, I think from Licia. Another band at the time. I've never heard her before. But man, the slides are so gutsy. It's almost like she's become like some sort of ghost and haunting. It's very, very fascinating sound. Let's go back a little bit. I think that's her. Right? When she slides like that, it almost sounds like a really long guitar bend. That makes me feel so bendy inside. I just like, it feels like almost formless. It's just super gutsy, very distinct choice for sure. I feel like if you choose to do that, you have to go all the way, because doing that halfway would kind of sound, I don't know, just not as much like a character in this. Going full, though, makes you feel like it's creepy and haunting and part of this entire atmosphere. Let's go back one more time. I think that is probably the most pitch bendy solo I've ever heard in a female voice. It's almost like she's drunk. Oh, neat.
If only I'd known how cold death is, I'd kill myself to hell.
Man. So I know that this song was partly written about Dimebag Darrell, and Peter Steele was just really torn by his death, right? But didn't want to put him in here because he didn't want to profit from it. It was too close to his death, and he didn't want to say his name. Just felt like it was somehow very disrespectful. I get that. I totally get that. And so the whole song is out of respect for one of his colleagues. I just super appreciate that. I also think that in the metal world in particular, it just feels like people are really kind to each other. Musicians are good to each other. Singers in particular, I've seen singers that are just super wonderful and talk very well of their colleagues, love working together. It's a very, very friendly place. Really awesome. So as you're hearing him rattle things off here, you might think about that. And he actually said this was one of the most difficult songs for him to perform because of that emotional kick.
Angel Rufus, suicide loser. If only I'd known how cold death is, I'd kill myself sooner.
Whoa. She almost sounds like a cat there. A really, really beautiful cat. That is absolutely meant as a compliment. Oh man. Cats actually, when you think about the word meow, just try and count how many vowels are in there at some point and think about how advanced cats are that they can do something like that. It's more than my 1-year-old son can do. I'm going to go back again. I am fascinated by how they're making these transitions work. There's that jazzy feeling again. Driven but jazzy.
If only I'd known how cold death is, I'd kill myself
So this whole section feels more like that atmospheric sound that I've often heard from Type O. But when you get that drive behind it, it feels like we're going to a party. So in some ways, it almost feels like part of this is a rave where you're bouncing up and down like crazy and just going wild. And then the other part feels like you're on a major trip. It's a super fascinating combo in the song. Oh, wow. And then that switch back. Wow. Wow. Oh my gosh, I love this switch back and the build up. And also, there's that creature in the forest. So this is so creepy. Flowers on fire. What is that creature?
Halloween in heaven. Halloween in heaven. Oh, Halloween in heaven. Christmas in hell. Halloween in heaven.
That's so interesting. The Halloween in Heaven feels way more open in the throat. I've talked about that tone before. Christmas in Hell actually sounds like it's going up, but has more constriction in the throat. And then the other part he pulls, again, really, really far forward. It's like, I think he actually might have 3 sort of points of really different timbres.
Halloween in heaven.
Ooh.
Halloween in heaven. Oh,
well, that's here. That's like here constricted has face mask. Ah, interesting. Oh, wow. These images are so disturbing sometimes. I'm fascinated by the way there's like monsters morphing out of people. Oh my gosh. Like, ah! I am digging that rhythm where they're essentially, it sounded like a 3 against 2 or 3 against 4 kind of feeling, depending on how you subdivide it. Whoa, 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 whoa. It is hard to keep that kind of thing up for a really long time without it feeling kind of disjoint. And I think that's part of their point, is they're making it feel a little bit funky, almost like some of the disjoint pictures in this video. Right? Wow. I'm nice. Wow, nice. I'm going to go back a little bit here because that laugh, that cackle is, I'm not sure exactly how it's made. I want to listen to it and try and figure it out. It sounds like there's some fry scream that's creating that. A fry scream laugh? Whoa. Ooh, that's awesome. Wow, that's a cool ending too. Ooh. The imagery in this video is a mixture of disturbing and reverent. And I didn't think that those two things went together at all. But then when you realize where these images were generated from, you really have to trace it back to the lyrics and the history of the song. And that made me realize, oh, the song is disturbing and reverent. At the same time, somehow they made that work. And it's such a wild journey as you go through it with all of those different parts and different grooves throughout. I feel like I haven't quite found where ground is since the end of that song. Whoa. I think this is such a fantastic way for many of us to be celebrating. So I hope that all of you have a wonderful World Goth Day. If you want to check out this playlist over here for World Goth Day, I'll put one up just for you. And may you fall more in love with music every day.